Morning, friends. It's Kara with Kinsley's Closet. How are y'all this morning? So I'm getting my paint ready. I'm going to be using some lime and some pink. Favorite, I love lime and pink. Let's see. I think that's all we're going to start with. Here's my cutout. I've got two of them here. Move one of them over. Oh, we're all good. So I'm going to grab my paintbrushes and I'm going to get started. For my watermelon, I've got a couple different colors I'm going to do on the outside and a couple different on the inside, but overall it's a pretty simple design. I'm painting the rind first. I'm painting my edges. I use a laser to cut my wood, so technically you don't have to paint your edges unless they're sanded. I'm green. You can see. Now, if you're part of my virtual paint party, you actually get a better angle because I have multiple cameras that are recording. So you can actually see pretty much everything I'm doing the whole time. But on lives, I can't do that. So I am working with what I have. All right, so I've got the first coat of green on. Now I'm gonna switch my board and I'm gonna paint the pink. I'm gonna stick my green paintbrush in the water. I'm a big fan of leaving them in the water when you're not using them so that the paint doesn't dry and then you can't get it out, or you have to clean it really good, which if you put it in the water you don't really have to. Alright, so I'm going to slap on some paint. If I had a bigger brush I would actually use that, but they're all at the studio, so I'm just going to use this. I do my paint super thin so that it will dry quicker and so it's also not lumpy. And if I ever get paint that has little like dried paint in it, as soon as that hits my board I get it off, or if I see it on my plate I get it off. So anyway, alright, so here's our mat. So I'm going to show y'all, this is just a rough start, okay? So painted it, and I am going to put a second coat of green on in just a second. I've got a little bit here of the pink that's already dry, so I'm going to go ahead and add some more paint to where it's already dry. Okay, all right, I think I've done all the pink I can do for now. So let me grab my trusty, what do you call this thing? Cloth, what is it? Microfiber. Got my brush out of the water, and to clean it, I just go back and forth so I get my bristles all nice and pretty again. Okay, so that's one of my biggest things I have to have with me when I paint. All right, so I'm gonna put some more green on. Cover up these edges. I don't know. So this is where I'm at. Okay, I'm gonna have to let this dry. It's not quite dry yet. I'm gonna get started painting my polka dots. So in order to do that, I'm using the same pink paint. If you're painting yours red, you would just add a little bit of white to your red. I'm going to add some white to my... So I am making another color. I'm making a lighter pink so that I can have a contrast. If y'all can see that. See, here's my darker. And here's my lighter. I don't want a huge contrast, but I just added some. I'm going to paint my pink polka dots on my watermelon just to give it some contrast. And to do that, I just dip my brush and get a lot of paint. I set it on my board and I swirl. Oh, I don't know that this contrast is going to be enough. Oh, it might. Let's see. Y'all tell me what you think. Is that enough contrast? Or should I go lighter? I am going to add some white accents and then it's going to say welcome across it or something fun. I think it's going to say welcome. I'm randomly putting my polka dots on, but a good tip is to do them in groups of 3 in like a triangle pattern. I don't know if you can see, but like 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. See how they're kind of make a triangle? So like my next one would go right here. It's that easy, guys. It's that stinking easy. Now I did get this one a little bit too big down there, so I'm going to have to cover that up with some other paint. But anyway, so I'm putting all these on, and then I'll go back and accent. And we're getting close. Another tip is I like for some of my polka dots to look like they're running off. See that bottom one? So I make some of them going off the board. All right, here's where I'm at. I'm gonna do a couple more. See how quick that is? I have customers that come in the studio and they're like, I can't make a polka dot. I'm like, yeah, you can. Just take some practice. Okay, so I got all my polka dots on. So, there we go. All right, guys, it's seriously that easy. Just fixed up that polka dot. So I'm gonna get my dark green. This is more, I think it's called Christmas green, but it's more of a like an emerald color. And I'm gonna start doing some accents along the bottom. I'll load my paintbrush on one side. It's pretty much empty on the other side. This is how you get your crisp lines. And I'm just gonna set it down and pull straight down. And I'm gonna do that side by side, but I'm overlapping in the middle because I don't want it to be super duper thick. Okay, let me show you. See that? Okay, I'm gonna go around and do that, leaving about, I guess that's like 1.5 inches between each one. The last part of the watermelon, let me click blank piece of wood that looked about like this, and this is where, oh, sorry, this way. This is where we're at. So, all right, I got my watermelon seeds. Let's see, get this last little bit painted. Okay, then throw that in the water. And then for the words right here, I'm going to use a paint pen. I'm using the Sharpie brand. It's an oil-based. That's what I'm going to use to paint my letters. And this part is probably my favorite because it's just so relaxing to just sit here and it's like coloring, filling in the lines. I'm going to touch up just a little bit on this side. All right, I'm just about ready. Need to add a little bit more white and cover that up. And then this one is done. What y'all think? You like it? Let's go this way. So that's it for today. I'm gonna go figure out what I'm gonna make my family for dinner tonight and sign off. So I hope that y'all had a fantastic day, and I will see y'all later. Bye, guys.